안녕하세요, 토미입니다. Let's learn Korean quickly! Today's grammar is first, 리을 따름이다, only just. Second, 아어내다, manage to finish ing. And third, 기, to do ing. If you learn today's grammar, 오늘은 한국어 1시간 공부하기 to study Korean for 1 hour today. Like this, you can make sentences like 기, to do. You might use this in a situation where you put it on a sticky note so that you don't forget it. Learn these commonly used expressions past topic 2 level 4 and become a super intermediate master. I know you can do it. 그럼 시작할게요. The first grammar is 리을 따름이다, only just. You can use this grammar to express that an action or state is being just that. In addition, Korean people often add adverbs such as 그저, 그냥, just together with this grammar to emphasize that's the only action or emotion that they feel right now. A similar expression is 리을 뿐이다, only just. The conjugation is to attach 리을 따름이다 for verbs and adjectives. For example, 가다 to go will be 갈 따름이다, only going. 먹다 to eat will be 먹을 따름이다, only eating. You can attach 일 따름이다 for nouns and add 없을 따름이다 for the past tense. Okay? Now, let's look at some examples. 우리는 그저 노력할 따름이다. We just work hard. Here, 노력하다 is to work hard. You add 리을 따름이다 to the verb stem to make 노력할 따름이다. Just work hard. As you can see, 그저 just emphasizes the word 따름이다. Just like this example, 그저 and 따름 are often used together, so you should remember them. Also, you can change this 따름이다 to 뿐이다 and say 그저 노력할 뿐이다. The meaning will be the same. Now, the next example is a line you might say to yourself when you ask someone a strange question and he or she gets angry. Let's see it. 난 그냥 물어봤을 따름인데. I just asked. Here, 물어보다 is to ask. The past tense is 물어봤다, asked. You add 을 따름이다 to make 물어봤을 따름이다. I just asked. You can sense the nuance of I just asked because I was curious. No other weird meanings. Do you get it? Then let's look at the next example. 내 아내는 아들이 시험에 합격했다는 소식을 듣고 기뻐할 따름이었다. My wife was only pleased to hear the news that our son had passed his exams. Here, 기뻐하다 is to be pleased, to be happy. You add 리을 따름이다 to the stem to make 기뻐할 따름이다. My wife was only pleased. In other words, it means extremely pleased. Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 제 목숨을 구해주셨다니 그저 따름입니다. I'm just grateful for saving my life. Number 1, 고마울. Number 2, 고마불. The correct answer is number 1. 고맙다 is to be grateful, to thank. Since 고맙다 has 비읍 final consonant, you change 비읍 to 우. In addition, you attach 리을 final consonant to make 고마울. Therefore, number 1 is appropriate. Number 2, 고마불 is a wrong conjugation. So, be careful. 조심하세요. Now, let's read it together. 제 목숨을 구해주셨다니 그저 고마울 따름입니다. Please read it with gratitude. Take a look at the next quiz. 난 그저 불려 따름인데 거기서 춤을 추라니. I was just called and went there, but why did they ask me to dance? Number 1, 갔을. Number 2, 갈. The correct answer is number 1. From the translation called and went, it is appropriate to use the past tense 불려갔다. You attach 을 따름이다 to the stem to make 불려갔을 따름이다. I was just called and went. Number 2. 불려갈 is the present tense. Thus, it does not match with the content. Now, let's read it together. 난 그저 불려갔을 따름인데 거기서 춤을 추라니. Please read it like I just went there, but I didn't know I'd have to dance. The next grammar is 아오내다, manage to finish ing. You use this expression for verbs to indicate that you accomplish the action on your own. So 아오내다 suggests that the process of the action is hard. Let's see the difference between a plain sentence and a sentence with 아오내다. For example, you can say 소설책을 읽었다. It means I read a novel. But if you say 소설책을 읽어냈다, then it means I managed to read a novel. Thus, you can emphasize how difficult it was to finish reading a novel. Can you see the difference? In addition, if you use 아오내고 말다, then you can emphasize more about how hard it was. How to conjugate is that you make your form first, then you remove your from your form. Goodbye, and attach 내다 with a space. I usually give you examples of 가다 and 먹다, but you don't apply this grammar with these words. Thus, I prepared 이루다 to accomplish. Here, the your form of 이루다 to accomplish is 이뤄요. You remove yo from here, 짜이쟁요, and attach 내다 to make 이뤄내다, to manage, to accomplish. Do you get it? For your information, some words are already established, so you don't have to put the space between, such as 지어내다, to fabricate, 찾아내다, to find out, 해내다, to achieve, 밝혀내다, to reveal. As you can see, these are written without a space, but it is hard to tell the difference, so I'll tell you which words are already established from each example. Now, let's look at some examples. 그 반지의 주인을 드디어 찾아냈다. I finally found out the owner of the ring. Here, 찾다 is to find. The 요 form is 찾아요. You remove 요 from here and attach 내다 to make 찾아내다. But this is an already established word. Therefore, you don't put the space between. You can sense the nuance that the speaker finally found his or her 반지의 주인, the owner of the ring, after a long and arduous search. Do you get it? Then let's look at the next example. 그는 쉽지 않았던 시합을 이겨내고 우승했다. He won the match, which was not easy, and managed to win the championship. Here, 이기다 is to win. The 요 form is 이겨요. You remove 요, sayonara and attach 내다 to make 이겨내다, to win out. As you can see from the words 쉽지 않았던, which was not easy, it emphasizes the nuance that it was difficult to win that game. Thus, the speaker expresses it as 이겨내고 and managed to win instead of simply saying 이기고 and win. Can you see the difference? Next is an example that could be used for self-introductions or interviews. Let's take a look. 저는 어떤 어려운 일이라도 포기하지 않고 잘 해냅니다. No matter how difficult it is, I will never give up and accomplish it. Here, 하다 is to do. The 요 form is 해요. You remove 요 from here and attach 내다 to make 해내다, to accomplish. You can catch the nuance that it is not simply 하다 to do, but 해내다, manage to do. In other words, to accomplish. And 해내다 is an established word, so you don't put the space between. Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 우리 팀은 구조를 가진 건물을 건축해냈다. Our team managed to build a building with a complex structure. Number 1, 복잡한. Number 2, 간단한. The correct answer is number 1. The expression 건축해냈다 contains the nuance of accomplishing something that is not easy. So putting 복잡한, complex in number 1 is appropriate context. Number 2, 간단한, easy is wrong because 건축해냈다 indicates something very difficult. Thus, it does not fit with the word easy. Do you get the nuance? Now, let's read it together. 우리 팀은 복잡한 구조를 가진 건물을 건축해냈다. Then please read it as if you are telling your friends that you've done such a challenging thing. Now, let's look at the next quiz. 이 수학 문제는 굉장히 어려웠지만 나는 시간을 들여서 수 있었어요. This math problem was very difficult, but I took my time and managed to solve it. Number 1, 풀. Number 2, 풀어낼. The correct answer is number 2. 풀다 means to solve. The your form is 3, 2, 1. Yes, 풀어요. You remove yo from here. Adios, yo. And attach 내다 to make 풀어내다, manage to solve. Number 1, 풀 does not mean manage to solve. Thus, it is incorrect. Then let's read it together. 이 수학 문제는 굉장히 어려웠지만 나는 시간을 들여서 풀어낼 수 있었어요. Then please read it as if you have finally done something. The last grammar is key to do, ing. You use this expression to turn verbs and adjectives into nouns. Wow! Magic! You've also learned about 미음, the ending that also nominalizes verbs and adjectives in the 60th lesson. I went deep into the difference between 기 and 미음 at that time, so please review it if you are curious. To conjugate this grammar key, for verbs and adjectives, you add 기 to the stems. For example, 가다 to go will be 가기 to go. 먹다 to eat will be 먹기 to eat. Wait, teacher, the translation is the same. That's right, but it does not mean the same. 가다, 먹다 are just dictionary forms. On the other hand, if you make 가기 or 먹기, these become nouns. Do you see the difference? Now, let's look at some examples. 이 글씨 크기가 적당합니다. The size of these letters is just right. Here, 크다 is to be big. You add 기 to the stem to make 크기, being big, but this is an already established noun. Thus, it means size. Let's look at the next example. 선생님은 쉽게 하는데 내가 하기에는 너무 어렵다. The teacher does it easily, but it's too difficult for me to do. Here, 하다 is to do. You add 기 to the stem to make 하기, to do. You can also attach 에는 to make 하기에는. By doing so, you can specify your situation of doing something. Next, let's look at a famous proverb that has this grammar. 누워서 떡 먹기. Lying down and eating rice cake. Piece of cake. Here, 먹다 is to eat. You add 기 to the stem to make 먹기, eating. Lying down and eating rice cake is such an easy thing to do, right? I love to do it. This is like watching a movie and eating popcorn. Such a blissful time. It means something that you can do effortlessly. To put it another way, it is a piece of cake. Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 올해 안에 5kg 살. To lose 5 kilograms by the end of this year. Number 1, 찌기. Number 2, 빼기. The correct answer is number 2. 살 빼다 is to lose weight. You attach 기 to the stem to make 살 빼기, to lose weight. Number 1 is 살찌다, to gain weight. This is the opposite word of 살 빼다, to lose weight. Oh no! Please remember this. Now, let's read it together. 올해 안에 5kg 살 빼기. Please read it with earnest feeling. Now, here's another quiz on phrases you might find in an advertisement. Take a look. 모두가 행복한 세상을 만들기. Creating a world where everyone is happy. Number 1, 만들기. Number 2, 만들기. The correct answer is number 2. 만들다 is to create. You add 기 directly to the stem to make 만들기, creating. Number 1, 만들기 is wrong because you have to attach 기 directly to the stem. Now, let's read it together. 모두가 행복한 세상을 만들기. Please read it while imagining some commercial. homework! Now I'll announce today's saying. Please find today's grammar in the sentences. 어떤 일을 달성하기로 결심했으면 그 어떤 지겨움과 혐오감도 불사하고 완수하라. 고단한 일을 해낸 데에서 오는 자신감은 실로 엄청나다. 아놀드 베넷. When you have decided to accomplish something, do it, regardless of the boredom and aversion. The confidence that comes from doing hard work is truly tremendous. Arnold Bennett. Yes, that is so true. I especially like the phrase 불사하고 완수하라. Wow, it sounds like a general. By the way, did you find today's grammar? I hope you did. Then let's move on to the homework. There are 2 homework assignments. First, compose 3 sentences using today's grammar. Firstly, let's use 리을 따름이다, only just. For example, 가난했던 어린 저를 키워주셔서 양 부모님께 감사할 따름입니다. I can only thank my nurturing parents for bringing me up as a poor little child. This is an example that conveys the feeling of gratitude. Secondly, let's use 아어내다, manage to finish ing. For example, 나는 힘든 시기를 친구와 같이 버텨냈다. I managed to get over difficult times with my friends. Oh, that challenging period must be a memorable time for him or her, right? Third, lastly, let's use 기 to do ing. For example, 떠나기 전에 이웃과 인사 나누기. To exchange greetings with my neighbor before I leave. Like this, you use this grammar when you write it down on a sticky note before you forget it. The second homework is to memorize new words. Please memorize the 40 words from number 2481 to number 2520 on page 32 in the intermediate vocabulary list. There is a vocabulary quiz of the 40 words on my website, so just feel free to try it. The link is in the description box. That's all! Thank you for your hard work today. Hard work pays off. I'm sure it will lead to good results. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요. 한국어 파이팅 파이팅 파이팅!